what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 3 of Swimsuit by James Patterson and Maxine P. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 3. Kim held her breath and listened. A phone rang, but it wasn't her ringtone. It was a low-pitched burr, not 4 bars of Weezer's Beverly Hills, but it was like most phones. It was a program to send calls to voicemail after 3 rings. She couldn't let it happen. Where was the damn phone? She fumbled in the blanket ropes, chafing her wrist. She reached down, pawed at the flooring, felt the lump under a flap of carpet near the edge, bumped it farther away with her clumsy, oh no. The second ring ended and the third ring was starting, and her frenzy was sending her heart rate out of control when she grasped the phone, a thick old-fashioned thing, clutched it. With her shaking fingers, sweat slicking her wrists, she was illuminated. Caller ID number, but there was no name, and she didn't recognize the number, but it didn't matter who it was, anyone would do. Kim pushed the send button, pressed the phone to her ear, called out hoarsely, "Hello? Hello, who's there?" But instead of an answer, Kim heard singing, this time Whitney Houston, "I'll always love you, ooh, ooh, ooh," coming from the car stereo, only louder and more clearly. He was calling her from the front seat of the car. She shouted over Whitney's voice, "Dougie? Dougie, what the hell? Answer me." But he didn't answer, and Kim was quaking in the cramped trunk, tied up like a chicken, sweating like a pig, Whitney's voice seeming to taunt her. "Doug, what do you think you're doing?" And then she knew. He was showing her what it was like to be ignored, teaching her a lesson, but he wouldn't win. They were on an island, right? How far could they go? So Kim used her anger to fuel the brain that had gotten her into Columbia permed, thinking now about how to turn Doug around. She'd have to play with him, say how sorry she was, and explain sweetly that he had to understand it wasn't her fault. She tried it out of her mind. "See, Dougie, I'm not allowed to take calls. My contract strictly forbids me to tell anyone where we're shooting. I could get fired, you understand, don't you?" She'd make him see that even though they'd broken up, that even though he was crazy for what he was doing to her, criminal for God's sake, he was still darling. And this was her plan. Once he gave her the opportunity, she'd knee him in the balls and kick in his kneecaps. She knew enough judo to disable him, as big as he was. Then she'd run for her life, and then the cops would bury him. "Dougie," she yelled into the phone, "will you please answer me? Please, this really isn't funny." Suddenly, the music volume went down. Once again, she held her breath in the dark and listened, over the pulse booming in her ears, and this time a voice spoke to her. A man's voice. It was warm and almost loving. "Actually, Kim, it's kind of funny, and it's kind of wonderful, romantic too." Kim didn't recognize the voice because it wasn't Doug's. That is the end of this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.